the terms chest feeder, birthing body.
I don't think women should ever be demeaned to something so simple as chest feeders. It's just nasty.
For me, I like to be called a woman.
When we talk about rights for women, it sometimes excludes members of the LGBTQ community. So I think it's important to have those kind of terms.
Very disrespectful.
As a woman, I don't feel like that's appropriate, and it makes me feel like people like that use that term are superior to me.
So I definitely could not be one of those people that the Dr. Phil show is calling on, coming to interview and asking this question, because I would have never even said the whole as a woman. I would have been like, this is communism, this is change of language on purpose to remove identity from people so that you can have a bunch of minions running around here and then you can tell them what to do and they'll continue to do it. You're removing, and you're also removing them from the source, from the creator, so it's totally unnatural. And they would have been like, we're not going to put that one in there. But anyway, guys, so this is Dr. Phil dealing with, of course, the gender issue, the issue of our time that they will still pass all kinds of legislation for, and nobody will do anything about it. As a matter of fact, I have to look into Jeff Younger and see what's going on with his children and his wife. So we'll check his Twitter, but let's go ahead and look at this clip.
The trans woman, I think it's just really disrespectful because we are all human.
You go to a university, you hear these types of terms.
Yeah, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me.
The pedestal that women are supposed to be put on is getting ripped out from under them. They are destroying the very things that they believe they're fighting for. It's dangerous to women whether they realize that or not.
Well, the question is, by being more trans-inclusive, are we erasing cisgender women?
Well, once you use the term cisgender woman, by the way, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you. Once you do that and you say cisgender women and, you're using their terms. You know why I say that? I never learned that term in nursing school. Both of them. I went to school for LPN and I went to school for RN. Never used the term cisgender. Y'all are not going to be coming with new terms in 2020, whatever, and telling me that I have to use them. Woman. Man.
As you were just saying, just woman. People whose gender identity matches the sex they were assigned at birth.
The way that you defined it is the way that it is ordinarily defined in society today by some, but it also assumes that there is such a thing called gender identity that we all have. That's an assumption, right? And it may turn out—
That's a woman, by the way. The one with the high cheekbones, a guy.
—to be true. I don't think that it will, but it might. But it's important to at least acknowledge that we're making an assumption that gender identity is something we all have. I would say that I don't have one. I would just go back to saying I'm a woman because I'm an adult human female. I'm also a woman who cannot have babies. And I think it's very important to acknowledge that a woman who cannot have babies is a woman in a manner that it is not true that a male person could ever be a woman.
May I say something?
Yes, please.
So your gender identity, though—
So before this girl starts, that lady explained it perfectly, because they'll say, well, what about there's some women who can't have children? Yeah, their female parts have something that went wrong. The parts that you don't have, because you were never supposed to bear children.
Would you just describe yourself as a woman who can't have babies? That is a gender identity, just as my trans and non-binary identity is a gender identity. Just because it goes against the norms doesn't mean that your identity isn't any less of an identity than mine.
So I would just say that that is not an identity. It is a biological reality.
Who is she? I think I've talked to this lady on a space before about this topic, about all of these labels. So on Twitter, we have spaces and stuff, and we talk about a bunch of different topics and everything. I think she was on a huge space about this exact topic, and I was like agreeing with her. I swear it was her. She sounds just like the lady, and the lady was a lawyer too, and a female activist. And that's the point. It's like, okay, that's not my identity. I don't walk around here like, well, I'm the woman who can't have kids, so I gotta dress like the woman who can't have. Like, what are you saying? It's just what she's saying is like, it's just like my blood type is 0 or O positive or whatever. I have brown hair, and obviously I'm not trying to minimize that situation for her. Of course I feel bad and all, but the point is she doesn't carry that every day. Like, this is my identity. Like, no, that's like, come on, you know, she's a woman, and women don't have to say what makes you. I'm a woman. Praise God. I'm a woman.
What you say.
That's what you say.
No, it's just
say.
what's true.
That's what you say. And it's fine. It's fine.
just
I
what's
take it
true.
because I can't have babies either. But that's what you say. And what you say is not law.
You can't have babies because the baby doesn't come out of a man's part. You are a man. You're very confused when you probably need some Zyprex allegedly, in my opinion, but you're a man.
Can I just make the point that
You can make a point, girl.
even non-functioning female anatomy is still female anatomy. So the fact that you can't have a child or you can't get pregnant, that doesn't diminish the fact that you are a woman,
But the
because
diff-
you still have
But-
the anatomy to do so.
Those are two different things, though. Being a female anatomy, having female anatomy, and being a woman are two different things.
But they're not, though, because
They are.
this
Well, I
brings...
could go get the anatomy.
Well, what is a woman then?
Why does it matter so much to have this differentiation? Why is it so important to hold on to this definition of biological
I could offer
feminine?
something.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm asking you. Why does it matter?
Dr. Phil in earlier was talking about how the women's movement has achieved certain objectives. Women have had to fight for our rights for thousands of years all over the world and for hundreds of years in this country because we have been discriminated against and excluded from public civil society, from the educational arena, from the legal arena, from numerous arenas on the basis of sex. And many of us who support those movements are not about to turn around and pretend that sex is not a meaningful legal and physical category.
My answer, because it's the natural way of the Lord. Yep. Oh, you're big. I got a comment, guys. You're so arrogant. I'm not arrogant. I'm straightforward with facts. God created man and woman. It has to go back to the creator, because this is how all of this civil rights fighting gets taken out right from under you. Because yeah, there are people who are saying like, well, what about the trans civil rights? What about this civil rights? Remember what civil rights started with? It was started with, black civil rights, right? That's a whole different topic. But what I'm saying is, when you beg for affirmation from other humans, there'll be another group that always comes and then they'll kind of like step on your toes. And then they'll get, you know what I mean? Like, that's how they'll keep on pushing you down. Remember, that's what civil rights was about. It was about race first, right? And now it's gotten to the point where if I'm applying for a job, they're asking me if I'm binary or whatever, because they're doing quotas to see, because we need more binary people at this job. So now you've effectively taken the job away from not just a white man, a white woman, a black man, a black woman. Like, come on. This is why. So for me, it's just because the creator created it that way. We are not here by mistake, okay? We're not, and you don't have to have this code of how to be a woman. You're just a woman. Be you, but you're still a woman.
So why not have another group of women join your fight and it be more force in numbers
No kidding,
than for
dude.
you
Yeah,
to
we need
exclude
allies.
us based on what you're talking about?
All women are welcome to join the movement.
Do you mean trans women are welcome to join the movement?
I don't mean men, I mean women.
So you think trans women are men?
It's not a matter of opinion. We're talking about the material reality of biological sex, which is grounded in science and reality.
But sex and gender are different.
Women are female and men are male. And it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that. It really is.
It's okay for you to say it.
It's okay for anyone to say it.
Dr. Phil, may I bring it back around to your original question, please, about language? Because you said something that really...
This is Danny, by the way.
My name is Danny. I'm a non-binary birther. For those of you who don't know, I gave birth to my child 20 months ago at home. It was beautiful. It was a spiritual experience.
Congratulations.
You people are disgusting, okay? I cannot stand the female who wants to pretend be a boy but still have children. What the heck is going on, yo? Like, no, there's no I'm not congratulating. Thank God for the baby, right? Because that life, I pray that it won't be tainted by all this. This is disgusting. This is borderline personality disorder times 1,000. 1,000. You people have completely lost your minds. Y'all cannot be doing like what it does to kids. This kind of confusion. It's not fair. It's not right. Like what the hell? And it's all just to serve yourself. Like, oh, look how come on, man. Like let's have a serious conversation about this. I look like this, right? And I'm gonna still be a mother. It's so selfish. It comes from a very dark place, It is very selfish, this behavior. It is borderline personality disorder, allegedly, in my opinion, and it is selfish. And y'all can tell that, because I know that there's people, oh, who are you to say? No, I am saying there's kids involved in this.
Thank you. I did it as a non-binary person, not as a woman.
Help me, God. All right. Okay. You see, again, this is behavior of, thank you, I did it I'm a hero. These children are not props. And people with mental health disorders, allegedly, in my opinion, I'm only saying that for liability purposes, but in my mind, I'm believing what I'm saying, are making kids and putting them in situations that should have never been. This is an abomination.
Be very clear.
Do you have a story or a question?
And then he's going to drop that off and tell me, do you have a story or a question? All right, let me see. Let's look up.
I took that up to the Texas Supreme Court, which is supposed to be a conservative court. Justice Blacklock and Justice Young wrote an opinion denying my petition, saying absurdly that my son was no more likely to be transitioned in California than he would be in Texas.
Oh, wait. Stop. How does anybody say that with a straight face when California has passed its own legislation, setting itself up as something of a sanctuary state for this sort of thing?
It's a transgender kidnapping state, and that was the argument that I made. I'm now going to trial on the 28th of this month. This is my last shot. If I lose this trial, my son will be castrated.
Update, because I saw, he said, tonight I'll be in Los Angeles, trial starts tomorrow. Judge Drew will decide if my son will be chemically castrated or not. And they put Texas Supreme Court denies Jeff Younger's petition to keep children in Texas in light of California trans refuge law. This is what was going on with that. It's shameful that Republican Texas Supreme Court did this in this case. This is why by the way, I don't care what political label you are. I trust nobody at this point. I'm not crazy. I'm just telling you, this is Republicans who are doing this to this man, right? I thought that they were supposed to be the good guys. Texas failed my kids. The Supreme Court, Texas denied mandamus, effectively terminated my parental rights. My children are now subject to being chemically castrated in California. Texas is empire of this situation. And then he must have... My heart goes out to this man. I've had the opportunity to talk to him before, and I prayed for him and his children. His wife, allegedly, I got to be careful, she's a doctor too, and she's been so subversive with the situation. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to cover this in the next episode that I put out. I am going to cover Jeff Younger's case. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys at the next one.